The recognized symbol of excellence in online entertainment.
This is G.I. Kyle. When I'm not taking shirtless selfies on Instagram and drinking White Claw while having hot sex with my wife Karen and making truck videos, I like to listen to the shows on VRS, Veteran Radio Syndicate, your home for the best quality veteran entertainment.
Welcome, brothers and sisters, pogues and operators, to another edition of Sports Church right here on the Vet Radio Syndicate, the recognized symbol of excellence for online entertainment for veterans and patriots alike. This is Sports Church, where we gather and worship at the altar of competition, where grown men and women play with balls, drive around in circles, and beat the shit out of each other. Good times, right? All right. Despite trying to avoid the elephant in the room to stumble around Eastern Ukraine, drunkenly shooting up hospitals and trains, we're trying to concentrate mostly on sports, but unfortunately, the real world intrudes on that whenever and however it wants to, and it will today, and it will forever, and we're going to have to talk about it a little bit, and it does have a lot to do with sports, too, so we'll have some Ukraine talk in here, I'm sure. Without further ado, I'm your host, John Kermane, a.k.a. Minnie. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS. I'm a card-carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly. And an OG of the Veteran Radio Syndicate. Joining me tonight is the usual crew plus one. For some reason, my head is falling apart. We'll fix that in a second. We've got Pops, our auto racing expert. Pook, our MMA and gambling contributor. Pterodactyl, our NHL guru. And Pimp, our NFL guru. And I, of course, will concentrate a little bit on the baseball, if you will. So let's bring on the crew. Pops, Poop, P, and Pimp. What's going on, gentlemen?
Good
There it is.
What's up? Pterodactyl finally made it. All right.
Yeah, we're good to go, man.
I made it. I didn't think I was going to make it for a second there.
Damn it.
Well,
sorry.
at least for the beginning of the show. I thought I was going to be like 10 minutes late or something. It screwed me up coming in because we went out to do our shopping and daylight savings. I'm used to it being dark outside when we start the show, and it's still light outside. I was like, "Wait, we got to go on the air. we better hurry up and finish this shit up so we can get home."
Absolutely. Pook, what's new? What's happening? And yeah, all that jazz.
What is up, my man?
We got the wrong background there.
I do. Oops. Oh, well. Anyways, Poop, carry on.
What is up? It's March Madness time here in Indiana. I've been checking out the high school sectionals. I've been to two already. I went to one yesterday, and that's been tying me up along with regular basket hoops. I was able to get some fights in. I was able to watch some fights last night. I didn't see all of them. There was a lot of them. We had J.J. Wilson was fighting last night on Bellator. I watched a lot of that Bellator card. I saw some of the UFC card. We will be unpacking some of that. Pretty much, though, when it comes to the UFC outside of the main event, I can only tell you who won and who lost. I did not actually watch the fights, and there were some good ones last night. But I did, however, got to see a lot of the Big Ten tournament. I don't know if you guys were able to catch any of the Big Ten tournament, but it was exciting.
No. Right on. Pimp, what's new? What's happening? How you doing, man?
Well, I ain't doing very good. I developed Bell's palsy again. So
good job.
Did you get a vax?
That's on the other side of my face. No.
That ain't from the vax. Did you get vaxxed?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't. No, it's on the other side of my face this time. So no, I think it triggered. I think the COVID might have triggered it. Anyway, but I'm fine. It's non-fatal, so I just look goofier than normal. Can't help that.
Nah.
So I'm drinking a little moonshine. We'll talk some NFL when it's our turn.
All right. T, what's new? What's happening?
We had the state hockey tournament this weekend for Sammy, so I was up at that all weekend, hence why I was not on the bar last night. I did text in a little bit when I was driving home, but yeah, I couldn't. I know you were saying, like, how far out are you? And during the show, I was listening, but I was driving, so I couldn't text. I was stopped when I actually texted in and said where I was at. But yeah, Sammy did have a shutout during the tournament, but they lost their other 2 games. So that kind of sucked. But the first game was a real heartbreaker. Their best player got kicked out of the game because she had 4 penalties in one game. So they were real tight on some of these. I did not agree with a lot of the calls they made in that first game, but it is what it is. That's how it goes sometimes.
Is that possible? A fan didn't agree with what the official said? That's hard to believe.
Yeah. So we got to the overtime. One of Sammy's teammates scored what you thought would have been the game-winning goal, and they waved it off and called.
Put Nicholas Avery on the show.
They called the penalty on the play, away from the puck, and then the coaches got another penalty assessed to them for arguing with the ref, so they went 5-on-3, and in overtime, and our best player had already been kicked out of the game, and then Sammy and the team managed to hold him off through the whole 5-on-3, and then with 0.1 seconds left in the overtime, the other team scored on a breakaway, and we lost. 0.1 seconds left in overtime. It was heartbreaking. Sammy was
Sammy still in goal though? I mean,
yeah.
Okay,
she was still in goal.
Nicholas, come here.
She was upset after the game though because they had the picture booth upstairs.
Yeah.
All the pictures taken during the game, and they took like 3 pictures of her crying and her teammates consoling her after the game. And she's like, that's embarrassing. That's messed up. Why would you take pictures of me? That was not a good moment for me. So she was really upset at the camera guy.
Oh wow! All right, Pops, what's new? What's happening? How you doing?
A big surprise today. Kyle Larson finished, I think, 37th. He got knocked out early in the race today. It just ended up about 5 minutes ago. Larson finished 34th. Many laps down off the pace. But you remember this name from last year, T? Chase Briscoe?
Yeah. I can't remember if I had him on my lineup. I might have had him in my lineup last year. Yeah, which I don't know what's going on with our fantasy thing last year. They never gave me a.
He was a major player in our fantasy last year, and he finally won today. So he brought the 14 home, which is kind of cool because that's Tony's numbers, and he's all happy. Oh, and then I posted on our Facebook page. Tony's selling his resort, a $30 million home he's got up here in Indiana.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
$30 million. It's got a bowling alley in it. It's got, I don't know, a 90-gallon aquarium. It's got a live trout stream in the living room. So,
man, can you imagine the smell? Smelling that place, man.
No, I imagine he's got that figured out too. I mean, because that's all out of what is it? What's his sponsor? Outdoor World or whatever. I'm sure they're the ones that put it in for him. And you don't have any problem with the smells in their stores, that's for sure. But anyway, he's selling that for $30 million.
Well, Hunter Biter, he'll go buy it. Hunter Biter buy it.
Yeah, he's got to paint quite a few more paintings for that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure right. Hunter I can get one of the Russians to come up with the money for him.
Yeah. We only got Pook for another 45 minutes. He's going to turn into a pumpkin, which
we better get to the.
I do want candy.
We need to kick off the MMA, and then end that we need to figure out how we're going to do our brackets and who's going to run that and whatnot. So, but anyways, let's make sure we get that done too before Pook takes off. But go ahead, Pook, come at us with the MMA. What happened to our boy JJ? I heard it was good news.
Oh man, you want to start out with JJ? I guess we can. I was actually going to start out with the UFC event.
Go for whatever you want, bro.
All right, let's start out. I'll mention. See, here's the thing. I didn't get to see much of the UFC event because today I really wanted to watch Purdue, Iowa. I wanted to see the Big Ten championship game, which I watched. And my dad's a Purdue grad, so I was watching it with him. Purdue went down to Iowa. That was went down to them, being that they were defeated by them, and Iowa's now the Big Ten champion. And so I could have watched the whole UFC card and avoided that mess. Avoid that complete debacle anyway. But notable wins. Alex Pereira, household name in kickboxing, not so much in MMA. They really are pushing that guy. He is kind of old. He won last night, won against Bruno Silva. We also had Khalil Roundtree collecting another win. Marlon Moraes lost again. He lost to Yadong Song.
Yeah, that was a quick knockout I seen, huh? Like, was it, 2 minutes? Not even 2 minutes, was it?
That's what it says. I never watched the fight. The fight, however, that I did watch was the Magomed Ankalaev Thiago Santos fight. And I don't know. I don't know if you guys saw this fight. It was 5 rounds of them trading hard punches. Never really went to the ground. I don't know what it was. Maybe Magomed respects that Brazilian jiu-jitsu pedigree that all the Brazilians seem to have. Never really went to the ground. Hard punches were landed by both men, but Magomed just outlanded them. I mean, it was a 5-round fight. A lot of punches were traded. Not a lot of damage was taken by either fighter. Magomed was knocked down at one point, I believe, in the 3rd round by Thiago Santos. Outside of that, there really wasn't much to it. As far as the Bellator event is concerned, that one hits home because we all know J.J. Wilson. We're all fans of J.J. Wilson. He is a friend of our program. He fought last night. He fought a 3-round and lost. He lost a 3-round decision. And I don't really have a problem with the decision. I don't know. Did you guys see the fight?
No, I tried looking for it, and I couldn't pull it up on our little sneaky, way to watch these fights, and I couldn't find it, and so I just kind of gave up and said, "Hell with it." I'll figure
I actually watched it on Showtime. My cousin logged me in on his Showtime account, so I didn't pirate it or anything. The first round, I don't know, and one of the judges actually scored the fight 30-27. I don't even know how that's possible. That guy must have needed a CNI dog, because there's no way in hell that our man J.J. Wilson lost that first fight. I mean, first
round.
Yeah, he didn't lose the first round. There's no way on that one. But the second rounds were completely dominated by his opponent. He held him down. Really didn't make him nervous. J.J. Wilson was using some really good jiu-jitsu to defend. Had a few submission attempts, but it was pretty much a stalemate. But as you guys know, when you have that position, how's the round going to score?
Yep.
How's the round going to score? So he won the last 2 rounds pretty much by holding JJ down. If this was holding JJ down and not doing anything with that position, really, if this was a pride fight, JJ Wilson would have won that decision. There's no doubt in my mind right now. And that just because the fact that in the pride, we spoke of this before, they used to decide the fights
on the whole fight.
Yeah, in the entirety of the fight. Who did more damage? Rabinoff, as far as I'm concerned, didn't do any damage the whole fight. He didn't do any. He didn't hurt JJ. JJ was never hurt.
Yeah.
If anything, JJ hurt him in the first round. Landed a couple really clean kicks, hard kicks, really hard punches. And I guess Rabinoff had enough of that crap and was like, I'm just going to hold this guy down Dagestani style. And he couldn't do any damage because JJ was able to defend with some really good jiu-jitsu. Didn't deserve to lose, in my opinion, but how else you going to score it with the way they score the fights? How else you going to score it? I mean, it wasn't like it was a bad decision either.
It was basically a wrestling score.
It was. I mean, it was like a lay and pray victory, man. A lay and pray victory. It wasn't really a lay and pray victory either because Rabinoff was trying to do damage. It's just that JJ was able to hold him off with some really good jiu-jitsu. You know, he was using all kinds of he's locking his arms in, you know, using some really good guard work, really tight guard work. A few times attempted some submissions. You know, he was actually busy. JJ Wilson was actually busier on the ground than Rabinoff was on top. As a matter of fact, if you were to maybe talk to a jiu-jitsu coach, and this isn't how they score the fights, as well we know, they might even say that JJ Wilson won the fight. They might even argue with you. I saw online where a few people actually had JJ Wilson win in the second round. I'm a fan. I'm biased. I didn't have him win in the second round. Not the way shit scored. Just, you know, not the way it is. Phil Davis fought last night. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but formerly of the UFC, Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis fought in Bellator again. I believe it was his third win in a row. I actually watched this fight, unanimous decision. Now, this was a hold him down, make him nervous, smash his face decision. He fought Julius Angelis, to that decision, pretty much pummeling him. Pretty much a good decision. Nothing suspect there. We had Adam Boric, who was a 2-1 underdog, fought Maz Burnell, and Maz Burnell lost. Adam Boric won that fight, and it was obvious. It was I wouldn't call it a boring fight, but it was another fight where there was a lot of punches exchanged. Adam Boric just landed more. And winner of that fight's going to be fighting McKee or Pitbull, whoever wins the McKee for a title, the McKee versus Pitbull fight. So that pretty much wraps up everything in Bellator. If we move on to the UFC, we had Thiago Santos facing, I'm going to try not to mess this up, Magomed Ankalaev. How was that? Was that a good way to pronounce his name?
Yeah, I think you're probably pretty close.
Close enough for me.
All right, man, because I've been practicing. Saying that guy's name. So many times I get on here, and we got these people that, you can put them in a box and all shake them up. They're all Russian as far as I'm concerned. All right. And you got these names, and they're like alphabet soup, and it's very hard to follow. But I think I got that name right.
Particularly those Dagestani guys.
Oh, they're freaking horrifying, man. And this guy is a Dagestani guy. And when you look on his picture on Sherdog, he's actually wearing a Russia jacket. So I don't know what's going on there. I thought they were two separate countries. As I looked up and I found out, you are correct. They are two separate countries. I think they share a lot of the same culture, though.
Yeah. I always thought Dagestan was part of Russia, so I didn't realize they were their own country.
I think they feel that way too. Did I already talk about this fight?
Holy shit!
I did.
So I hate to break it.
Talked about this fight.
I hate to break this in there with breaking news. I thought Chris Benoit was fucking with me, but it turns out the Antichrist isn't done.
Tom Brady
returned to Tampa Bay for the 23rd NFL season. Just came out 11 minutes ago. These past 2 months, I realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. That time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates. I love my supportive family. They make it possible to come back for my 23rd season in Tampa. Unfinished business. Oh, okay.
See, this would be a Brett Favre situation, except for they don't have Aaron Rodgers waiting in the wings down there.
Right.
That's exactly what Favre did. Oh, I'm retired. Wait, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm going to go play a whole season with a torn rotator cuff. Genius. Anyways, all right, Pook. Sorry, I just had to put that out there before.
Well, you know what I realized? I'm just following along with my notes, right? And originally I was going to talk about the UFC first, and then I was going to go into Bellator. But then you brought up J.J. Wilson. I started talking about that fight first, and then I went backwards. I already talked about that Thiago Santos fight, right? I told you they traded punches. And,
we were talking about the Dagestani earlier.
Yeah, but
I mean,
better the second time around.
It was better the second time around.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like stew, like mom stew the next day. I guess. I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, man. What else you got for us? Anything else on the MMA front?
You got to understand something, man. I am lost in the sauce here when it comes to MMA right now. My mind is on Indiana high school basketball. I had my cousin in a sectional last night. One of my really good friends that I grew up with, his kid was in a sectional. We were at these basketball games. It's kind of a big deal around here. It is Indiana. So I've been watching the Big Ten tournament the whole time. The one thing I can say about the Big Ten for sure is they don't call fouls, especially under the rim.
Yeah.
You know? They just don't. I mean, I don't. I mean, or they're selective. They. It's like whenever they want. These officials, like you can get hammered, and they won't call it. I guess it depends on what's going on. I don't know. I don't know how these games. I don't know. Have you guys watched any of the Big Ten? You guys didn't even watch Wisconsin. Did you guys at least watch?
I see Wisconsin. I seen a bit of Wisconsin, Michigan State during my daughter's team dinner on Friday night, but I was preoccupied with her team dinner, so I only caught bits and pieces of it.
Me too.
And honestly, it's basketball, and I really don't care.
Yeah, you know what? That's very understandable.
It's pretty bad to say that because I know the Badgers did win the regular season Big Ten title or a share of it, but I just never got into it. I don't know.
That's completely understandable. Because I tried to get into hockey and I need a highlighted puck. We all know this. And since they got rid of
the old glow puck,
what's
the
that?
old glow puck that they used to have.
I'll tell you what. That one year when they had the glow puck, when they had the highlighted puck.
Oh, they had that for a few years when Fox Sports used to do it.
It felt like it was only 1 year. It felt like it was. I actually was betting on hockey. I was paying attention to hockey a little bit. It's really hard. It's hard to get into sports that you never actually played yourself.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I played field hockey with a bunch of third graders when I was in third grade.
That was back like 90s, early 2000s when they had like the coolest game on earth campaign and stuff, and they were on Fox Sports. That was like the Fox track thing. There was like I seen something on the technology that went into those pucks. They had like some kind of computer chip in there and stuff. I don't know.
They need to go back
I mean, people tell me nowadays,
a lot of people hated it.
Oh man, hockey purists, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember they make them angry.
I like the game. I didn't think watching it took away from it. The thing about hockey, watching it on TV is never going to be the same as watching it in person. You just don't get an appreciation for the speed of the game and the force behind some of those hits. But I didn't mind on TV when they had the glow puck. If it helped the casual fans get into it. I mean, hockey's way behind all the other sports, so they need to come up with something as far as television ratings.
When you say they're way behind other sports, what do you mean by way behind?
By television ratings and popularity of the game.
They're number 5 behind soccer right now.
I thought you were talking about the way they let other grown men punch each other in the face.
See, Chris is a hockey purist, so he doesn't like the glow puck. But if it got casual fans into it, I don't mind it. Well, if it gets casual fans into it, because that's the thing. Hockey is like soccer. It's like you got your hardcore fans that absolutely love the game, and you're not going to tell them that it's not the greatest thing out there. And then you got other people out there. They're like, I can't sit there and watch the game. I don't get it. And
yeah.
You're not going to, you got to do something to try and
it's very hard to follow on TV.
Yeah. You got to do something to try to get those casual fans in. So, I mean, I don't hate the NHL for trying it. It is what it is. They've tried other stuff that has been dumber in the past. So it is what it is.
Right on. All right, Poop. Keep rolling, man.
All right, well, to wrap up the UFC, I guess we have a pay-per-view. I shouldn't say I guess. It's a fact that we're going to have a pay-per-view here coming up on April 9th. The main event is going to be two people we know well. Alexander Volkanovski's fighting a title fight against Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie.
Wow.
So
nice.
I will tell you what, I will do this. We made a bet on the last one. I let you out of that bet. We could go double or nothing. I'll give you the Zombie. Eventually, you got to win, right? If you want to go double or nothing, I'll give you the Zombie.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Sounds good. April 9th, that is?
That's April 9th. It's going
Where's
to be
it at? Is it Vegas or is it in Fight Island or whatever?
It's Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville, Florida.
Huh,
do they even do Fight Island anymore?
I don't know. I wonder. They suck a lot of money in there. You think
honestly, I thought you'd be able to go. I thought they were going to make it into a resort, and you could go to Fight Island and chill.
Yeah,
that
since like
that wasn't how it went down. That wasn't how it was. It was like
since COVID restrictions have gone away, I don't think they've really done anything at Fight Island since the restrictions started going away.
They still do stuff at the Apex Center all the time. That's where they do that. That's where they had their fight night last night. There is no crowd. I don't really like that. I mean, really? I don't really like not having a crowd. There's not much.
I thought they had grandstands in the background. They just curtain.
They do, but they got this. They have. Okay, let me put it to you like this, Pops.
Okay.
They used to have this regional wrestling, pro wrestling circuit over here. It's called Windy City Wrestling. There was more people at Windy City Wrestling back in the day than there was at that fight last night. There was more people at the high school basketball games I attended yesterday and the day before and the week prior than there was at that fight at the Apex Center. Yeah, they have some grandstands. Yeah, they have some people in the stands, but nothing like a real UFC event. And you can still hear the coach's corner. That crowd should be so loud, unless you're fighting over in Japan where you can hear a pin drop. That crowd should be so loud that you can't hear nothing. You can't hear that. You shouldn't be able to hear the corner. You shouldn't be able to hear
can't they get
what
people
the referee's saying. You shouldn't be able to hear someone getting popped in the mouth. You know?
Why aren't people showing up now?
Because they're fighting in a studio. The Apex Center is like a little studio. It's like a size of a warehouse.
Yeah.
So it's even a smaller octagon. It was set up for COVID. They scheduled these they scheduled these during COVID, and these fight nights. And I wish they'd anywhere where you got a decent sized arena. I mean, it's Vegas. You know, you could do like what do they call that? Celine Dion's done it. Frank Sinatra's done it. Freaking Elvis did it. Where you got like you could do it with the fight night though, a residency.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
Like just make it like have a decent enough stadium and freaking pack it in. A decent enough stadium where you have a decent enough crowd and pack them in and have the fight nights there. Why keep having the fight nights at the Apex Center? I imagine it's because they were already scheduled there and they can't find a venue. I imagine that they're ahead of me and they've already thought of this. But I'm not a big fan of the Apex Center. I like the crowd. I like the large.
Are they ever going to be able to put together a big enough card to fill the football stadium?
Man, they've done it.
Yeah,
they've done it. I mean they've done it. They've done it in Japan. Okay, so I guess they might not. They had a fight back in the day in the Coliseum, and Brock Lesnar. That was actually Brock Lesnar's MMA debut, and they did. You're right, they did not fill that. But I guarantee you, if the UFC held an event, they could fill up a football stadium. But what they'd have to do is they'd have to lower ticket prices, because these ticket prices, if you never bought tickets for an event or shop for them, you'd get sticker shock.
Yeah.
So you could definitely, I guarantee you could fill up the freaking horseshoe if the cheap seats were cheap enough, you could fill up the horseshoe with the UFC event. I guarantee it. I know you could.
Chris has a question for you. Will Aljamain Sterling pitch out again versus Peter Yan?
Peter Yan, yeah.
Peter Yan. Oh, because that's what was written, Petrie.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's not right.
Petrie.
Petrie Yan. Oh, that guy would kill me.
I didn't see. What was the question again about Peter Yan?
Is Aljamain gonna bitch out again when they have to fight each other again?
I'm not gonna bet on that. I'm gonna bet he's gonna show up. I'm gonna bet that he's gonna show up with make weight, no injuries. I'm gonna bet on it. Because if he don't, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, you would think they'd have to strip his belt
if you don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's the thing too. Aljamain really hasn't done anything since he got that belt on that controversial way that ended the last time.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'll never answer that question. Anything else before we wrap it up and talk a little college basketball real quick?
I do got one MMA thing. If Poop didn't have it,
I don't have it. I'm not MMA, but I struggled. You gotta understand something. I'm a person. And,
did you see who returned to fighting last night though in Eagle FC? It wasn't UFC.
Oh God, I didn't. You know what? I didn't. You know what? I saw there was an Eagle FC event, and I saw they had some retreads fighting in that. Go ahead, talk to us about it.
So, well, we got a ton of play out of this guy because his trainer was crazy. We played a ton of his training videos on both Full Metal Jarhead and here on Sports Church. Diego Sanchez was fighting again finally after he had his nutcase.
How do you do?
Yeah, it was Friday. He lost to Kevin Lee. But then
another retread.
Yeah, another UFC retread. But then after the fight, to add on to that, it was versus Kevin Lee. But Kevin Lee after the fight said he wants Donald Trump to pick his next opponent for him. So that made headlines afterwards too, as well.
Oh wow! Okay. Jesus, what a weirdo. All right.
But yeah, I had to throw that in there just because we gave Diego Sanchez's situation so much play in the past.
And I'm a fan of Diego Sanchez in the sense that he was a hell of a fighter for a long time, and I understand why how he let Joshua Fabia into his life. I mean, Joshua Fabia was the only person that still believed in him, and besides himself, or he thought. We all know that Fabia was just using him, and we all know that Diego Sanchez was past his prime. So I got sympathy for that whole situation. And to end the segment, MMA segment, Free Cain Velasquez.
Free Cain Velasquez.
Yeah. How messed up is that? That the dude that molested his relative 100 times is on the streets and he's still sitting in jail.
I lived in California. I lived in California, and I went to court in California. I am convicted of crimes in California. I know exactly how this happened. It makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I know.
It makes perfect sense. It makes.
I get what you're saying there, but it is just make it make sense. They go. Cain Velasquez is a danger to society, but the guy that's molesting kids 100 times isn't a danger to society.
Makes perfect sense. This happened in California, T. It's perfectly sensible. Now, if that happened in Wisconsin, I don't think that could happen in Wisconsin. It makes perfect sense though in California.
Nah, you wouldn't have fucking.
It's getting to the point with how light they are on some of these sentences with some of these pedophiles. Like, is the P in the LGBT in the plus for LGBT plus? Is that stand for pedophile?
I'm sure someone is trying to make it that way.
Well, you already know the answer to that question.
They're going to get added to that group eventually. We're moving.
You already know the answer.
We're moving in that direction.
Well, they're saying just because you're attracted to children, it's not a crime unless you act on it. That's how they're bringing it in.
I probably got our video banned by bringing that up.
And this is gonna this could turn into a train wreck of a conversation about freaking nonsense that's going on and how upside down and crazy the world is, and how it makes perfect sense that they'd release a child molester that molested a kid, molested the heavyweight champ. You'd think they keep him in jail just to keep him from Kane. You think they no bail. The judge is like, to keep you safe, bang the gavel. To keep you safe from Kane, no bail. Bang, bang. Right? That'd be the smart thing to do if you're the judge, right? Or make the bail so exorbitant that the guy wouldn't be able to pay it, right? But let's
instead let's let him out and let it turn a victim into a perp.
Yeah. Let him out on his own I'm not sure if he was let out on his own recognizance, or if he was let out into the custody of his mother, or if
his mother was running the
bail.
His mother was running the daycare that he was molesting kids at.
Jesus.
So she shouldn't have him. And she was in the car with that guy when Kane was chasing him down.
All right. Well, we're beating that dead horse. We'll keep you informed about Mr. Kane's situation. See how it develops going forward.
That situation makes me angry.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man, for sure. All right, Pooks.
I've lost sleep over this story.
So what do we got? What are we gonna do here? And what do we got to do for the tournament?
That scares me.
Does anybody?
Because I feel this vibe like you expect me to do something about this whole thing here with the brackets, and I just don't know if I'm going to literally be able to physically have time to do it. Well, I don't know.
Well, here's a suggestion: the play-ins. Forget about them.
Yeah.
If we forget about the play-ins and just go with the bouts, or not the bouts, the matches that start on the 19th. It gives us a week to get all this stuff organized.
Okay. All right. So
does that make sense?
Yeah, that works for me. Okay. All right. That's solved. All right. T, you got anything as far as NHL before we get into NFL, and then we got to squeeze in all
baseball. There was the Heritage Classic. You had the outdoor game. Another outdoor game. I guess there was the Nashville one earlier with the Stadium Series. But the Heritage Classic occurred between the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So they had, the alternate jerseys, the outdoor game.
Nice.
And the Sabres got a win, 5-2. I think was the final score. I didn't get a chance to watch the game because I was at my daughter's event, but I did see some pictures, some highlights. And I got the score here. It was 5-2 for the final, so I did have that right at least. And then the other hockey thing that I was going to bring up for the weekend, like I said, I don't got a lot since I was busy with our own hockey. Bauer Hockey, the biggest hockey equipment company in the world, is suspending all sales in Russia. Hockey's pretty big in Russia, I guess. Companies trying to turn the public against Putin. So they are, at least for now, suspending all their sales over in Russia. And hockey has been kind of a propaganda piece in Russia for years. Going back to the Soviet Union, the old Soviet Olympic teams were technically part of the Russian army.
They were.
I did forget about that. I did forget about that. Also, Belarus. Bauer will not sell in Belarus either. Thanks for adding that, Chris. I did see that part. I forgot to add that when I brought it up right now. And also, Putin, he does this stupid charity event, or I wouldn't say charity, more like propaganda event every year, where he gets like a whole bunch of Russian hockey players to play, and he plays with them, and he always ends up scoring like 7-8 goals in this because it's odd. I mean, you can look up videos of these.
Does he take his shirt off for this too?
Yeah, that's the perfect time to take him out, dude. You just just across the ice, check his head right into the boards, boom, split his head open like a melon, and then war's over, boys. Time to come home.
War's over. Yeah, I don't think he's doing this right now during the war, but if you want to look up some funny videos to make fun of Putin, there are some good hockey videos. Ones where it's like, where's the defense? Because it's like Putin will skate with the puck, and then all these professional players all of a sudden don't know how to skate. They just let him skate around him, and it's like, okay, right. And then But then the real funny one that's out there, if you can find it, I'm sure it's got to be out there somewhere still, is was it last year, 2 years ago? They had like a red carpet going across the ice, and Putin's waving to the crowd, skating around, and he doesn't see the red carpet on the ice, and he just totally runs it over and just goes flying like, oh, it goes face first into the ice, and all these guys are picking him up off the ice. It's hilarious.
That's like when Bush was up at the.
Is this the one where he eats it?
I think so. He eats shit.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, we can get the picture of Bush falling on his nose.
This is look at the defense.
Who's good, man?
Look at the defense.
Who's good, man?
Dude, I seen 11-year-olds this weekend that play better defense than that.
You know how hard it is as a goalie.
Look at the way he's
that. You have to try really hard to whiff on that shot.
You hit the puck so slow that the goalie couldn't time it and to get the grab on it.
It's off speed. That's what it was. It was off speed.
Yeah, he threw him an ephus.
Yeah.
Oh, 8 goals, bro. 8 goals. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
We're totally playing defense.
Oh, my
Damn,
God.
That's pretty impressive. That's real impressive. Yeah.
I got to see if I can find the. I should have had that queued up beforehand.
I just fucking did it. He just ate shit. Just as soon as I clicked it off, he went across the thing.
Where he hit the red carpet?
What's the over-under on somebody getting a bullet in the back of their head for that shit?
Yeah, I'm guessing somebody got killed over that.
I'm sorry, Tavares, but you rolled out the red carpet way too early. We must take you home. Let's get in the car.
Who was in charge of red carpet?
Yeah.
Take shot of vodka before you take shot.
I mean, do you think about this? Think about this for a second. It's come up in some articles here lately, in which I think public officials in the U.S. to say something like this is stupid. But seriously, if somebody just freaking, everybody's gonna go, oh, thank God. I mean, you probably have a war breakout, but they'll be too busy fighting each other to bother with Ukraine. It's over. They're just scared of that one guy because that guy can't go. He knows he can't get out of office. He can't leave office ever. He knows because as soon as somebody else comes in, unless he picks them, they're gonna come after him.
I don't know, man. Is it really? Here's the thing. I don't want to turn this into a global politics freaking show, but if you take out Putin, is it really going to end? Is the expansion of NATO really going to end? Is Russia all of a sudden gonna freaking pack it in?
Yeah, because it'll be a power match. They're gonna have to come home and figure out who's gonna lead. So they're like we can't have our troops over in Ukraine. We need them here because the population is gonna go crazy until we figure this shit out. So I think that's somebody's just got to step up, put a bullet in his head. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right. We don't want to go too long around that. Anything else on hockey there, team, before we keep going?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have anything else. I'm sure there's probably more stuff going on, but I was tied up with my daughter's stuff this weekend.
No worries, man.
It is what it is.
Just so you understand that the propaganda works both ways.
Oh, you know what?
It's
going to be funny. You know what's going to be funny tomorrow, though? I'll have to see if I can get some video of this, but we got our parents versus players game for my daughter's team tomorrow, so I got to skate. And I don't know how to skate for shit.
Bro, I can skate my ass off. I just forget how to stop quite often.
No, I can skate forward, but like going backwards on defense, I don't know how to skate backwards. Like I try
that's really hard.
I try to push myself backwards and I go nowhere. I was a wrestler. I wasn't a hockey player when I was younger. I loved watching hockey, but I never actually skated because it's expensive as shit.
I recognize some of those guys. Holy shit, the fucking 80s, man.
This is at Serve Hall in Milwaukee. This is George Bush. Oops.
Yay, but he watched it all the way in, didn't he?
He did.
Like, what else are you gonna do? You know?
Well,
I didn't know he was a lefty either.
At Serb Hall, I'm sure he's not the first person to do that.
Hell no! You know how many people slid like a third down those lanes drunker than a skunk? Hell yeah!
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I was gonna add. He's just the most sober person to ever do that at Serb Hall.
But I was just saying that the Russians got one way to do propaganda. Americans got a different way.
Yeah. I wonder if Tavarish. That's how I said it in my Russian impersonation. Tavarish, get Pam, spray in front of lane, President fall, big laugh in Kremlin. Many vodka shots. Guaranteed it happened. Like, I never did that when field days, Pook. You know, because I saw one asshole pull the carpet up in front of the door. I would spray Pam so they go up there and stick their hands on it or take a sip. And, yep, sure enough, got me a staff shard and almost broke his fucking arm. You want to take 48 hours away from me because you found a speck of dust on the inside of a window. Fuck. You want to play games?
No, that's just what he
found. Mafia could play games too, son.
That's just what he found.
Yeah,
He's gonna find something, bro.
Oh, if they want to. Yeah. Chris says WWE legend Scott Hall on life support after his third heart attack. Well, steroids will do that to you, man. Sure, they do. They enlarge your heart. It helps enlarge every muscle and enlarges your heart. And what happens is your heart enlarges, and it actually becomes weaker because the walls get thinner. So yeah, things.
You know what would be ironic if it wasn't from the steroids, but it was from the vaccine.
Or all the cocaine.
Is he triple vaxxed? Is he triple vaxxed? Did he get his myocarditis from the
I don't
vaccine?
know. It could be that too. I don't know. All right, so
he could have got the 5th booster, man.
Yeah,
you know, he might be fully vaccinated. This might be he might be a fully vaccinated patient.
Oh God!
Here's the thing, Minnie. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm interrupt.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to.
I seen this. It's called Bigger. I want to screw up the title. It's a documentary about steroid use in the U.S. and it's called
CrossFit
Bigger, Faster, Stronger. Maybe is that what it's called? Maybe Bigger. Did anyone see
Bigger, Faster, Stronger, which also was a workout program when I was in high school. That was like let's let our strength and conditioning coach push.
The lifestyle.
Wasn't that Mark McGuire biography?
Bigger, Faster, Stronger.
This was
Mark McGuire.
Chris Bell, Mark Bell, those powerlifting brothers. They had another brother, Mad Dog, who was in the WWE. They're the ones that did this documentary, and they've all used steroids. The whole thing though was they went through these guys. They former WWE. These guys are these guys don't just abuse steroids though. They abuse everything. Yeah. They're abusing cocaine and Viagra and Cialis.
Well, the cocaine, the Viagra comes with cocaine because it doesn't let your heart work.
None of that stuff. So I mean, when you're taking those kind of cocktails, who knows what Scott Hall was into?
Yeah, for sure.
Along with the obvious, which is obviously not good for you, right?
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's. I'm pushing along, but we got so much to get in and so little time to do it.
Yeah, Poop got 6 months that turns into a pumpkin.
Yeah. All right, so let's make sure we find a place, agree on it, and have something set up. Let's say by like Wednesday, Thursday morning at the latest, where we all have our picks in for the NCAA tournament. Does anybody want to volunteer to do that? Look, I would. I am not good at that shit, but I will if I have to. But my votes are either T-Pops or Pook. Pook might not have the time.
I'm stupid busy this week, so
T doesn't have the time.
I can find time to get it done.
Yeah.
Pook, Sam, you have to coach me on where I can go to find the.
Everybody get Pop the big dating game.
Where I can go look to get a deal.
Sammy's got both Coleman Cup and Hockey Factory tryouts this week, so I don't have a day off until Friday.
It's pretty simple. and because the computer does all the work
Right.
for the most
I'm
part.
just saying, where did I go to find the setups?
I'm thinking if all you guys put your emails in CBS Sports, I already got an account for fantasy football. So,
you
if
know
all
what?
you guys give me your emails, put them in the chat. I'll go in and I'll copy and paste them, and I'll do it. But I'm probably not going to be able to get to it till tomorrow evening.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
All right, we can do that.
You know what, Chris? I did see this story earlier today, and I forgot about it. I should have added this to my hockey segment.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're all sending our email addresses to Pook.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Sports Church. Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right.
All right, Pops, you want to go kick off auto racing?
Yeah. Like I said, Kyle Larson finished 31st or 30, whatever. He won last week, and he got knocked out of the place today. The thing that was really neat, in addition to the 14 car of Briscoe winning, was that Kevin Harvick tied Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt Jr. No, Dale Earnhardt Sr. as having the most top 10s at a racetrack at 19 at one of the toughest tracks to really race at, which is Phoenix. It's a 1 mile flat oval, and he tied those guys today, which is kind of neat because Harvick is quite the character. I don't know how many more years he's going to race, but it would be neat to see that he gets one more and then can give it up. In F1, that has changed drastically. They had their second practice, 3 days of practice, and
I heard Mercedes sucks.
Yeah, Mercedes. Well, but see, that's a good thing. Mercedes, the 8-time world champion,
Are they sandbagging?
has done this the last 4 years.
Yeah, they're sandbagging.
They just do not come out of the blocks strong. Yeah. But Red Bull was very strong. Max Verstappen was obviously the fastest on the track. Second place was Ferrari. So we got some competition this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It'll be interesting to see whether or not Mercedes can get their act together. I mean, remember, this is a totally new car. This is a redesigned system, to be perfectly honest with you. So this is all new car. The big thing that they had and the first test was that the cars were bouncing down the track. They call it porpoising. I call it bouncing.
Yeah.
The cars, you got the cars sprung so that when you're going fast, they get sucked down to the track. Well, they went further. They went down onto the track, which would cause them to bounce back up. So they were bouncing up and down, going down the straightaway.
That's
they
gonna be fun at 180 miles an hour.
I think it was Alpine. Thought they had it figured out to put the first day of the test this week. They didn't, and it was scary to watch them. Guys were being accused of losing, not consciousness, but coherence. They were not able to talk when they got out of the car because they were being bounced around so much.
Geez.
So anyway, they apparently got that figured out. The problem is that apparently the way Mercedes figured it out, the car's not competitive. So it'll be interesting to see what they. I mean, their first race is next week. And we'll see. Now, you got to keep in mind when they say they're not competitive, that means they're only going to run in the top 3.
Yeah. That's how Mercedes rolls.
Even being non-competitive, they're better than the rest of the group. It was interesting to see Kevin Magnussen was hired by Haas.
Yeah.
To replace Mazepin, and he came out of the box hot, and was fastest on his first day in the car. So that's not too shabby. And the fact that it was a Haas car and that he was fastest of all the cars on the first day of I guess Thursday it was. So that is impressive to see. Now they're not gonna challenge for wins. Yeah, they might, but I doubt it. But they will score points this year, which is something they didn't do hardly at all last year. So Haas has got a shot to do better. And Pook is saying, it's pumpkin time.
See you, Pook.
See you later, brother.
I gotta run. Thanks, Pops. Bye. T. See you later, Minnie. Hey, Pimp.
Thanks for joining us.
Pimp, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the Bell's palsy. I'm sorry about your face. It's killing me as well. Have a good night, everybody. All right.
Yeah, Pook.
Jesus.
Where would we be without the Pook?
I know, right? That's
but
crazy.
anyway, Magnuson's in. Mazepin is out. I did post an article on our Facebook page where it really explains the fiasco with Mazepin and Uralkali, the sponsor. Now, the sponsor, Uralkali, is now asking for their money back.
Oh, wow.
Of course they are. Yeah.
It's going to end up in court. But
Sure.
Who cares? It will be interesting to see. And I think the courtroom will be more interesting than the races this year. So we'll see. And that's all I got for you this week.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I expect you to go quite a bit longer. So let's get into some NFL. And he's been duly elected by the committee of me. Richie, what do we got going on in the NFL? I mean, besides Tom Brady, not very surprisingly coming back, what else we got going on, man?
Well, first I want to say congratulations to my boy Pat Mahomes. He got married yesterday. They went ahead and got that picture. So all of Kansas City was glee and fireworks, and they got married in Hawaii. So who the hell cares? You know?
Was his brother the best man?
Of course he was. Of course he was. Yeah. You know, the photos are all nice and whatever. Let's get back to football, right? Okay. Aaron Rodgers, as you all know, is staying, and we got a confirmation of that because he signed a $50 million a year contract.
Yeah.
$50 million a year. Second to him is Pat Mahomes at $45 million a year. Okay. Took a big signing bonus of $154 million signing bonus.
Wow.
My question is, does he take that 154, play 1 year, and he's gone?
Yeah.
Because it was a 2-year deal originally.
No, 154 and guaranteed. Yep.
Yeah. And so
I
don't know. And a big signing.
Yeah, that is an interesting concept too, because they did franchise tag Devontae Adams at the same time they did that, and
right.
With that kind of money, they're not going to be able to keep Devontae around for too long. So
that's the problem.
But there could be some backdoor stuff there where Rodgers paid Devontae too. So that kind of stuff goes on a lot.
Yeah. Like that don't happen. Yeah. Amari Cooper, I find this to be neat. He got traded to the Cleveland Browns from the Dallas Cowboys.
For a couple of draft picks. That really surprised me.
It stole him, man, and he's not happy about it. I don't know if he didn't have a no trade clause or what happened there, but he's not very happy about the trade. I don't know. Watch for more stuff to come out of there about that coming up.
Coming to Texas and moving to the thriving metropolis of Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Dallas or Cleveland. You're not going to win a Super Bowl at either place. So
no.
You never know.
Yeah.
Does it matter really?
Well, you know what happened? See, I found out some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
The White House called for Baker Mayfield to show up at the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the president thinks that he's the only guy who can overthrow Putin. He's the only guy who can overthrow.
It's terrible.
That is terrible.
Oh, I love it.
And we all know.
I thought that they were calling Baker Mayfield because he was the only one that could overthrow Putin.
That's what I said.
I thought you said something.
No, that's what I said. Overthrow Putin. Yeah. Of course, my boy, my favorite player of all, Cotton Candy Pudding Soft. Carson Wentz signed with the Commanders. And by the way, what do y'all think about that name, Commanders?
I think it sucks.
It's fucking rubbish, brother. It's rubbish.
Actually, I was kind of hoping to get your thoughts on it because it's like they went from they had that Native American mascot and they went to the army that they hired to take over.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's still the Washington Redskins to me. Send all the hate mail. I don't care. I'll say what I want in that area. Is it just me or their uniforms? Their uniforms look like Harry Potter. Look like it's a Harry Potter show.
I didn't even see their new uniforms yet.
Oh, they look like something on Harry Potter.
I'm gonna have to look these up now.
Yeah, go look at Harry
I knew
Potter.
about the name change. I didn't see the uniforms.
Yeah, it ain't very good.
Oh,
yeah.
Get them.
Nah, there you go. The Chicago Bears, they traded one of the best defensive players to San Diego, Max for he's gonna be a Charger. Okay, we'll see how that works out. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
Giving up, so this has got to be their year, right, Richie? Like, I mean, and now they got They got how many Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers they have on that defense? Now they just added Khalil Mack. You know,
7
Hall of Famer.
7, 8.
Jesus, they didn't win this.
No, they didn't even know what the defense. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, holy cow!
What's the scoop? Of none of these trades go through until Wednesday or something?
Well, no, they're just pending trades. They're good faith until Wednesday comes along. That's when everybody can sign, and in June 1 they make more sign. They sign again in June 1 after they alter the salary cap to see where they're at. Okay, so that's what kind of. One of the best trades that I've seen was Seattle Seahawks they traded Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos and got fleeced and got bent over. Okay, they got bent over. They got nobody to replace him. It really got no tools to help to whoever they got coming in quarterback to Seattle. I don't even know who's going to quarterback. Unless they're going to go young in the draft. But is there any draft quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks coming up from draft? Are they any good? I don't know. That's interesting to see what's going to happen there. So the AFC West is now stacked. All right, Carr is now officially the worst quarterback in that division, and he ain't too bad. All right. Oh, this is non-football news, but I meant to ask this a while ago before Puke left. Over under. In California, before all this is said and done, gas prices will be $9.25.
Well, I think it's actually going to go higher.
It's over, okay? All right, you take it over.
It's going to be an over. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
But you say, okay, all the hirings are now done. There's 11 total new coaches in the NFL. Damn, that's a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
What do you think? Were they good? From what you know, were they good hires or bad hires?
Well, it all depends on what you want, how you want to score it, because they didn't increase the diversity.
Nope, not one.
Screwed that up. Even though they had 11 moves. That's crazy. 11 moves, and they didn't get any more diverse.
Yeah, I think 5 teams got new general managers also.
Yeah.
So it's a couple teams are not going to do anything for at least 3 years. Okay, unless they get real lucky. The draft prospects they're thinking about, I heard there's going to be 4 quarterbacks taken in the first round, and mostly defense. But I go to another channel and they say 3 quarterbacks and mostly offensive players in the first round. I don't know.
What good quarterbacks are coming out?
See, that's the problem.
This year there really isn't any great.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
How you get 4 quarterbacks or 3 that are going to play? That's hard to believe.
There would have been one, but that one from Georgia decided he's coming back for another year of college.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He would have been. He would have been the old. He would have been. Yeah, he said he's returning. So
okay.
Other than that, yeah. This quarterback class is pretty.
Watson's back. Right, Watson's going to be eligible again this year.
Yeah. He got found not guilty, or do you get fined not guilty, or did they just decide not to take it to trial? That there wasn't
no, it was a trial.
Okay.
They mysteriously changed her story.
Yeah.
Mysteriously, some paperwork got lost, and a statement wasn't right, and
and a couple of $1 million ended up here.
And he's not going back with the Texans. He's not going back with the Texans. Where's he going? Minnie, you're muted.
Probably New Orleans. They need him bad.
You think New Orleans is going to pick him up? I was reading somewhere about Chicago maybe going to try to get him, or Indiana, or the Colts,
I think Chicago is pretty committed to Justin Fields.
Yeah, well, you could be right, but Indianapolis, they said they were going to try.
Yeah, Indianapolis.
Do you think they would hire him to take care of Wentz?
Yeah, Seattle, unless they want to go with Drew Lock, that they just got.
No, hell no. Hell
yeah, I don't know, man. I'll tell you. What I was trying to get at, I was muted because I was yelling for my dog who just like told me to go fuck myself.
James a dog?
No. His lore protectee, Carl. No, if you're a professional athlete and you don't have like a sworn, notarized, rated bodyguard in the room while you're doing the dirty with some woman, you shouldn't be doing it. And you also should know a word prenup.
Listen, that's everything.
All right,
yes.
Prenup.
Yes.
That thing might vibrate while you're inside of it. Might do all kinds of weird shit. She might jump on you and go to town like an epileptic on bath salts with a fucking meth problem. Doesn't mean you need to give half away your shit, because I don't care about, Kobe Bryant's wife never hit a free throw, never dunked a ball, never crossed somebody over, yet she got half of his shit, right? So just be careful, boys. Now, here's the thing. His image is tarnished just because of the accusations. Imagine this guy is completely innocent. And people, no matter what, for the rest of his life, are going to look at him like he did this. Even if he had nothing, wasn't remotely even close to doing some of this stuff. He's fucking tainted for life. Now, however...
But he's paid well for it, though.
If what's his name from the Falcons, the Michael Vick, can kill a bunch of dogs and electrocute them and then go on national TV as an analyst, maybe Deshaun Watson can find another home. There's plenty of teams desperate for a quarterback.
Vick got back into the league for a while too. He was with the Eagles and the Steelers.
Oh,
is the answer?
What about the biggest news? How about the new announcer on Monday Night Football?
Who's that?
Oh,
one of your favorite people.
Don't tell me it's Joe Rogan.
No.
Huh?
That would be way better.
No. I ain't saying it.
It came out of St. Louis.
Yeah, I ain't saying it.
Oh, fucking
his dad.
Joe Buck?
Yeah. I refuse to say it. There goes the Monday Night Football. There goes right there. Monday Night Football is trash. Trash. You heard it. You heard it here on VRS Network. Monday Night Football is trash. And he didn't even play the game. Ain't played the game.
They're gonna ruin it. But hey, I remember when Monday Night Football first came out, and I was bowling in the Milwaukee All-Star League, and we were supposed to start at 8:30. The game started at 8.
Maybe take a drink. Take a drink.
Game started at 8. I swear we didn't get started till 9:15 because we had to watch the first quarter. The lanes were empty. We were sitting around watching the TV. We never got started on time because we had to watch the start of the game.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Who was what?
Who were you watching? Who was on the
Monday Night Football game?
Yeah. Who was?
I'm Michael and John Madden
for bowling.
Yeah,
John Madden, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fucking Joe Buck. What the fuck?
Am I the only guy that thinks that guy is stupid? Got squirrel for brains?
No,
I hate that dude.
Wait. At least they're separating him from Troy Aikman.
And they give him a pretty much slot.
I'll say this: he's talented, but his mind is not in the right place, and he's been too long in a bubble, and he's bought into his own success. He's no longer a humble person. All right, he isn't. He's not a humble person.
No.
I'll give you a difference between Joe Buck and Tom Brenneman, who's done NFL and does baseball and does radio. I used to take care of Tom and his dad when they came into the restaurant I worked at all the time. And they just loved to torture me, and I gave them all kinds of shit back. I don't remember any time other than those two that I walked away from table saying, you both can kiss my ass. And got a 25% tip for it.
Yeah.
And I ran into Tom Brenneman flying home from Warrior Fest in Kansas City. All right? The Cubs were in town playing, and he's on the flight. And I walk up, and he sees this Cubs hat right here that I'm wearing. And he goes, you're still wearing the wrong hat. I'm like, yeah, and you're still calling the wrong games, brother. And just nodded, little fist bump, and I just kept walking to my seat because I didn't want anybody else to figure out if anybody else knew who he was. I didn't want him to get, So I knew who he was. He knew who I was. So we just, exchanged our little barbs and did the thing. But Joe Buck is just the fucking worst. It's the guy who fell in love with his own press. The guy who stopped being humble. Look, calling a race, calling games is very, very difficult. All right? It is constantly fighting against dead air. So fighting against dead air sometimes will cause you, and if you watch any of my shows before I get too hammered, you will say some stupid shit because you're just trying to keep talking. You're just trying to keep the flow, keep away from dead air. And Joe's very, very good at that. But his biases come out, and he thinks he's so smart that he doesn't realize that people – and then when he gets called out on it, he stands his ground, which I kind of respect. But the worst person in the world to do Monday Night Football is Joe Buck. You need to get somebody out there – like my favorite Monday Night Football – was when they had Dennis Miller. I thought having an outsider who wasn't a football person, wasn't a professional broadcaster, is an asset to that because it brings in casual fans.
Right.
So, I love Dennis Miller on Monday Night Football. It was hilarious. Yes. Oh, we don't get it references. Read a book, you ignorant fucking fucks. Read a book, and then you'll get it. If you know who Voltaire is, then go Google Voltaire. Now you don't have to read it. Just Google it, all right? Like, it's insane. I hate it. Joe Buck. Oh, my God.
Hey, I lost it on Joe Buck back when McGuire won the batting championship.
Yeah.
The home run championship. And this is the national show.
Yeah.
He goes down to interview him on the field before the game. And instead of just being the announcer and doing it, he has to get personal.
Oh.
Come here, give me a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
It gets political too. He didn't lose, he's against guns. He's always on there all the football games and stuff. These gun owners. He's Trump
I saw that last year.
Yeah. And Trump supporters this, and keep your politics out of football. Just shut up.
Yeah.
I've got bad news. Chris Benoit, which he never seems to give us bad information, says that Troy Aikman is also going to ESPN on the Monday Night Football booth. So
that's where keys are.
God damn it! Tell Chris Benoit he's bad.
We just got it worse. It just got worse.
Son of a bitch.
Chris didn't hire these guys. ESPN's fucking fired. Fucking Disney. Disney screwing everything up.
ESPN's about ready to bite the dust. They are overspending what they can afford because they got
owned by Disney.
Too many shows, too many channels that they can't put anything on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they called that earlier. Remember dodgeball?
Yeah.
ESPN Ocho.
The Ocho.
The Ocho.
If it's almost a sport, it's the Ocho.
You know what? ESPN is turning into the next MTV. MTV had videos, shows.
Remember MTV was awesome. They just played videos all day. It was amazing.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Glued to the TV. Like, you're just waiting, like, I can't wait to see my favorite song. Ah! And now
MTV it kept me out of jail. Yeah. Right.
Let's publicize being 16 and pregnant because that usually ends fucking well.
Yeah.
If you guys could have been
correct
on
it and
when
bring out
ESPN started,
MTV2 and they
we
screwed
had
that
more
up
damn fun
also.
starting that type.
Oh my God, I remember hanging out in Hill's Corners on the shittiest set ever invented on the planet Earth. I mean, the cars went by and the fucking thing's shaking. I'm standing by and had a camera just in nomine patri spiritus sanctis. Pray for me now at the hour of death. Because the whole thing's shaking. Here's Bob Jenkins and Larry Newber, two of the biggest guys in the out of except for the football guy. I can't remember his name all of a sudden, but in ESPN, and my dad is sitting right there, and I'm on the camera, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die. I'm fucking 8 years old. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fall right through this because this 80-pound camera is gonna take me right through it. Next time a car comes by, and they were having a blast. I'm shivering and cold sweating, and they're
well, you gotta understand. Before the show even got started, we just hooked the truck up, the broadcast truck up, to electricity in the place.
Yeah.
And it blew out the whole side of the truck.
How do we get
the
this up
polarity
there?
was wrong.
Tie some rope to it, and then throw a ball up to me, and I'll pull it up to the stands, and then put it in the equipment. I'm like, I'm 7. What are you people doing? I'm gonna kill myself. So fun though, man.
That
so
was the
fun.
original broadcast. That was great.
Yeah, it was good times. The heydays of ESPN were amazing. They were so fun because it was a new thing. Nobody else was doing it, you know.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So
you didn't see TV. You didn't see racing on TV, and we found a way to get it done.
If you could pay these guys costs to travel and give them per diem and get them to a race and get the cameras up and hook up an uplink. Fuck it, let's do it because we don't have anything else. So it was fun. It was cool.
Well, the reason this all happened was that Larry Newber and Bob Jenkins were in town for the IndyCar race.
Yeah,
I would be their stage manager for the IndyCar race. Since I was doing the race for the midgets, just for a local cable station, they said they stop in and say hi. So they stopped in and it was during qualifying, and they looked at each other and said, "When's the last time we did a midget race?" I said, "Do you mind if I sit in with you?" They sat in and did the whole damn show with us.
Yeah. Something else I remember that really pissed me off with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They had a hot mic one time, and these planes flew overhead, and they said, they said, well, when this next administration comes in, you won't see that type of behavior.
Yeah.
Right? As soon as they knew it was hot.
Taxpayers' dollars at work, yeah.
Yeah. Then as soon as they realized they had a hot mic, they're praising the veterans. Okay. These two never did much for veterans anyway. They're well known, And so I didn't like them little bastards anyway because of that. And I don't know. Monday Night Football.
I think it's about time we try and do this and see what happens. We are going to try. I'm going to try and get our Spreaker account reactivated.
Yeah.
We're going to watch the game. Whoever wants to do it, and we'll watch Monday Night Football. And we'll call the game and I'm going to need Dad's help. I need Pop's help huge because I don't. It'd be hard for me to talk about football as a radio host, but we'll call the game. We'll have a watch party, and we will record a show and then put it out on Anchor and Spotify and everything like that. Monday Night Football with VRS, and we'll call the game.
That sounds fun.
I think it would be great. We can't get away with the video, so we have to call it as we're doing it radio-wise. So I've never done that, so that's going to be really weird. Trust me, Dad knows I practice. Pops knows I practice. He literally came into my living room one time and muted a TV and just sat there and listened to me and my friend I played semi-pro with call a game. He's like, I don't need to listen. I'll just listen to you guys. You're way funnier. I'm like, okay, let's go. So, but I think we're going to do that with football for sure. I think it'll be a great time. Really would. What else we got going on in the NFL? I mean, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes gets married. We got all kinds of trades. We've got Russell Wilson to the Broncos. I mean, in the crowded AFC West. Oh my God. I mean, that's going to.
Wait a minute. You know what the elephant in the room is? We got 36 minutes left to go, and we haven't talked about baseball, which is actually going to happen this year.
Yes.
So I got a Brady combining the two subjects. I got a Brady and basebal meme right here.
Oh
yeah,
bingo.
It'll be like a last long time. I love it.
Thanks, Chris Benoit, for sending us that.
Good job, Chris. Good job, man. Why aren't you on this show, dude? Swear to God, seriously.
Tell Chris Benoit
He
Chris
joined
Benoit.
us one night at the end of the bar, and it was fun.
Yeah, but I wasn't there.
Yeah, you had to leave early.
Yeah.
Tell Chris Benoit I gave him 10 inches in the mystery box.
There you go. 10 inches in the mystery box. All right. So, for those of you who don't know, MLB ended their lockout just the other day. And thank God we all did. And boy, I was talking to Richie. The other day, and he's like, "What are you thinking?" I'm like, "Oh man, it's not looking good." And all of a sudden, poof! I'm like, "Holy shit! I won the damn bet! I won! It's on! Woo!" But yeah, so games will start April 7th, if I remember correctly. So not too far off. You know, just about 8 days from the original start of the MLB season.
And they're going to play an entire season. They're not going to short the season out at all.
Nope.
Yeah, they're going to do 100
long season.
Yep. So,
Cincinnati is again going to start the league out of Cincinnati. How did that happen?
I don't know.
For years, I mean, at least 100 years, they always opened the season.
Yes, they
Cincinnati.
did. Quite a long time they did, yeah. Like they would do the overseas games, but always the first game of the year was like a 12:30 start in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell. I don't like it, and I'm not a Reds fan. I'm a Cincinnati fan. I'm not a Reds fan. I like the city, and especially after I moved to Columbus. I'm like, oh shit, I really didn't understand how much I loved that place.
It was crazy. I mean, downtown would stop.
Yeah,
on opening day.
The whole day.
Well, at noon. At noon, everything was done.
Most big businesses, big ones, they just ask you, all right, look, are you going to go to opening day? Just let us know. Like, don't call us. Just let us know. It's fine. Just let us know. And
that's like opening of hunting season in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Well,
everything stopped.
Yeah, including
except for if you have a daughter who plays hockey and we schedule a tournament for opening weekend of hunting.
Oh no!
Every freaking year.
But anyway, so baseball's back on. That's why I have my Cubs hat on. I love it. I'm super excited. Now I just got to figure out how to pay for the MLB extra innings package. Because I've got it free the last 3 years, and that bitch is like probably $135 this year, and I don't have it right now. So, I don't know.
You got another month to get there.
Yeah, and gas. Yeah, and Michelle's going down to Cincinnati, and that's going to cost me $100 right there, going there and back. So yeah, there's my MLB extra innings package. But
that's a hundo. Yep.
Yeah, it's an Acura MDX. It's 16 gallons at $4.15. Do the math. So, anyways, getting back to the baseball, I'm super happy. Of course, I'm wearing my Cubs hat. Pops, where's my Cubs hat?
I got a whole pack of stuff I got to bring up. I don't think I can get it all in the trunk now.
Yeah, I need a new Cubs hat. Do you want to see? I'll show you after the show what has happened to this Cubs hat. It's not good.
That was Carl's problem.
No. Anyways, but I'm super excited. Can't wait. Just got to figure out how to pay for the thing because that's pretty much to the chagrin of my wife. That's what I want to watch every day is I want to watch the Cubs during baseball season. But here's a couple big rule changes in MLB and the new CBA. 12-team expanded postseason, universal DH. So now 15 guys get a chance at a job. So that's great. 9-inning games and doubleheaders. So no more 7-inning bullshit. And no runners on base to start extra innings, which I love. Love it.
Yeah, I'm glad they got rid of that at least.
Yeah. You know what? It was just
banning the shift was stupid though.
Michelle, my wife, you can quit drinking to save the MLB money. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
What is our pitcher's name?
This is coming from my wife, who every once in a while will just send me to a bar or bring home a bottle. Like, look, you need to drink. Just drink and just go. Just
get out of my way.
Yes, stop. Jeez, no one needs negativity. Beer is life. Yes, sir. Damn it. 23. Shifting banning starts. Yeah, so this year they're still going to be able to shift. Annoying. But next year they won't be able to, and I love it. And people are like, oh, well, you should be able to adjust.
They haven't said they're going to. They said they're going to consider it. They haven't said it's going to definitely happen.
All right. Well, they need to. They definitely.
I heard a lot of people on the other side of that coin.
I don't
a lot
like
of people
it.
want the shit.
I swear, to be honest with you,
I hate it.
I see the shift of strategy.
Yeah.
You take it.
all of a
It's
sudden you're going to
coaching.
find people that can actually bunt again, or you can actually swing to the other field.
Well, all right. There's something to that. There is something to that for sure.
That's like
all of a
football
sudden it brings
saying you
skill
can't
back
play
into
two
the game.
safeties.
Yeah.
Now you don't
like-
swing for the fences. Now you learn how to hit where you want to hit the ball. You
Well-
don't swing for the fence all the time.
Here's
Banning the
where
shift
MLB's
is like
coming
football
at it. I
saying you
guarantee
can't
you.
have two safeties because a quarterback couldn't complete a pass.
I hear
It's
this is
stupid.
where MLB's coming at it. Okay, listen to this, and it makes perfect sense because MLB's all about look. We're a crackhead, meth addicted society as far as attention span, right? We like offense. That's the plebs. The plebs love the offense, right? In order to increase offense, you have to do what? You have to
Gotta hit.
hinder defenses. So eliminating the shift allows guys to. It's going to increase offense. It's unquestionably going to increase offense. And I agree that yes, you should be able to hit like that. Fine. Yeah, sure. Try and hit a baseball and then tell me you can do that. All right? Like it's fucking difficult. I'm a dead pull hitter. And the funny thing is I'm a dead pull hitter in baseball. Guess what I can't do in softball? If you put a gun in my head, I couldn't pull a softball. I can't. I don't know why. I just can't do it. But every time I do, I pop it up or ground it out. But if I keep my hips in and my arms back, then I'm able to and I can hit with power to the gap. What is this? Oh, the bases. I like it. Yeah,
Bases are going to be bigger.
bases. Tavares, we're going to make bases bigger so they don't they steal more bases. Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Who wanted the shift? The players or the owners? Who wanted to get rid of it?
It just
Who wanted to
kind
get
of
rid of it?
happened. It just kind of happened. It happened. And anybody want to try and prove me wrong, you're more than welcome to. It happened when analytics started to creep into the game. Now, there's always been a part. Like, baseball's always been about numbers, right? But nerds came along, and I say that with affection, believe it or not. They came along, and they looked at everything, all right? And they looked at where balls are hit by who, by what pitch. So you break it down. What's the pitcher throw? He's right-handed. Okay. Power pitcher, junk pitcher, whatever. Who's the batter? Righty or lefty. And they break it down. Where over the course of 10 years, where do these guys hit the ball? And then they break those numbers down a little bit more. And then they put out graphs and they put out all kinds of beautiful graphics. And they go, all right, so over a 162 game schedule, this is where this guy's going to hit this ball every time you face him. So, or 19 games, you want to be specific, 19 game schedule. You play a divisional opponent. 17 to 19 games, depends on what division. You look at where he's hitting the ball against a certain pitcher, against a certain right or left-handed pitcher, and you adjust the defense accordingly. And look, I get it. Yes, you should be able to beat the defense, but it also makes scoring shrink.
Not necessarily. If the batter,
but that's a generational thing to teach. All right.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's a generational thing to teach guys how to seriously, and I'm not kidding, how to bunt against a shift, how to hit against. It's a generational thing. And for years it was, and again, analytics. If you've got a certain count, you swing for fences. If you're 0-2, swing for it. It became, that was a generational thing. Now all these guys that are raised in that system are now playing. So now you got to wait another generation for the young guys to be taught how to beat the shift. But now you don't have to worry about that because it's gone. Or it might not be gone. We'll see.
Well, that's what I said. Who wanted it gone? The players or the owners?
No,
I think the owners wanted it gone.
Okay, so the players want it gone. Well, then it must be good for the game because the players, they voted it in.
MLB is very upset and sort of rightfully so about losing fan base and everything like that.
Right.
And so they're trying to update the game. Now, I talked about this last night. I talked about it last week. Anytime you change the core of what you are, and you always have to evolve, but change the core of what you are and who you are as a sport or an organization to placate the mob, you end up with a lesser product.
Yes, that's right.
So
yes.
I don't know. We'll see in the end, but it may be a short-term boost, and then it'll just plateau. and maybe degrade a little bit because purists will walk away from the game. But I don't know. Purists might come back because if the shift goes, because nobody did it until analytics came along. So It is what it is. Real quick, couple notable things in MLB. Look, it's going to get pretty hot here pretty soon, but already a bunch of moves have been made. Biggest one that has been made is Alex Carrera. Marcus Stroman for the Cubs, new pitcher for the Cubs. He's hardcore recruiting him. We'll see if that happens. But the Reds traded right-handed pitcher Sonny Gray. I think he came from the Athletics originally. Pretty good dude. I don't know. They traded him, but they traded the Minnesota Twins for a prospect, which seems like a bad ad, which signals at least a short-term rebuild in Cincinnati. Well, they've been rebuilding for
half a century or more.
Yeah, no. Did they win? They beat the Athletics, right? And then what was it, 92? I can't remember.
At least since the mid '70s, they've been rebuilding.
No, but they won one. I have to look it up. I don't know.
That was a shortened season.
Yeah. The Reds received right-hander Chase Petty in return for grade 26 overall pick in last summer's draft, so that could be big. Mets bolstered their bullpen with Adam Ottavino. Dodgers pick up and solidify their infield with Hanser Alberto, who's a career .333 hitter against left-handed pitchers. Hey, I know how you feel, bro. Guess what he bats against righties? It's not good. So yay! I totally feel your pain, bro.
Hey, I just saw that James is a pretty good right-hand thrower.
He's got a cannon.
I couldn't believe it.
And he's accurate.
Michelle sent me a video of him throwing on the porch. I go, holy cow, look at that right-hander.
Yeah. And if anybody teaches him to throw a curveball before I say so, I'm gonna end up in jail and they're gonna end up in crucified. Because my shoulder's I'm still 2/3 away from my rehab, and I'm like, I'm never getting done with this shit. The Mets get Chris Bassett in a trade with Oakland. So 30-year-old Bassett comes back to make 2 starts late September, just more than a month after he took a 100-mile-an-hour liner to the face on August 17th in Chicago.
To the
face! Bassett wound up with a 12-4 record with a 3.15 ERA after taking a shot to the face. So, good pickup for them. Mets might be, despite losing, don't count. I think their GM he's in it to win it, and he's doing everything he can with the tools given to him. Blue Jays are filled the rotation with Yusei Kikuchi, so you got another Japanese player in there. Awesome. Phillies adding Yuris Familia to the bullpen. Rockies signed Jose Iglesias. Oh, Iglesias. And Alex Comey. Rangers and Twins make their first post-lockout trade. Texas Rangers traded Isaiah Kiner-Filea for their shortstop. Last season was supplanted by the blockbuster addition of Corey Seager to the Minnesota Twins for catcher Mitch Garver. Orioles Inc. veteran starter Jordan Lyles for a $7 million 1-year contract. Ooh, guess what the new MLB Chris, you can back me up on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I think the new MLB minimum salary is about $700,000. So imagine if you're a journeyman left-handed pitcher and you work maybe in a month an hour and you make $700,000 a year.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, you spend a lot of time in the bullpen throwing.
Yeah, but that's fun. That's not games. That's not work. That's just practice. We're talking about practice. But no, it's. I really wish James would turn out to be left-handed. There's still time. I don't know, but I love his right arm. But we'll see. I'm just excited about the upcoming season, man. Baseball is just everything to me. Football's a distant second to baseball for me. So get ready for some in-depth baseball coverage. All right, so we about wrapped up everything. So we're going to turn it into the sports church into a little bit of the sports bar. Yeah, I know, baby. He's right-handed. I got it.
I did. I forgot one more hockey story I could add in really quick before we go into it. And since Chris is watching, I'm surprised he actually didn't remind me of this one. But this weekend, actually on the 12th, so that would have been yesterday, Canada and the U.S. women's team did play a rematch of the gold medal game. And it ended up Canada did beat the United States again. It took overtime this time. And when we were doing our Olympic coverage, we talked about how Marie-Philippe Pauline had scored a goal in the gold medal game of the last 4 Olympics, so 16 years now that she's had goals in these championship games. Well, she did it again in overtime to get Canada the 4-3 victory.
Did she do a press conference in a blue and black flannel?
No, I don't
Can
think
we get that video? Figure it out.
Yeah, the Canadians did beat the Americans again. I did not see the game. I'm trying to look and see if during the Olympics, Brianna Decker for the American team got hurt in the very first game of the Olympics. I'm not sure if she got to play in this rematch game or not. So if Chris knows, put it in the comments. But I do not know if she got to play if the U.S. had her or not. But yeah, Marie-Philippe Pauline seems to be the Americans' kryptonite again. And my wife just brought me fajitas, so check that out.
All right. I'm hungry.
Thank you very much.
You want to wave to everybody? Say hi. She doesn't want to come on camera. Oh, there she is, hiding behind the logo. Hiding behind the logo so you don't get to see her face.
She's slick. I like it. She's slick.
It can't be any worse than mine. So
there she is.
Yay! Your wife heard that.
Yeah, I have an awesome wife bringing me food down while we're broadcasting.
Yeah,
Can't
buddy.
beat that.
No, hell no, not with a big old
no,
stick.
sir. No, sir. Good one.
Yeah. Future notes. Remember Monday night at 2100 we've got the slumber party. Tuesday at 2000 we've got hopefully if he's coming back CJ Thomas with Jester's Court. Wednesday at 2000 we have Yes I Am, or not Yes I Am the Veteran. Ooh, excuse me. If You Drink with Heather Clark. I'll be co-hosting that this week, so that'll be fun. And just go to the page and check out all our shows here on the Vet Radio. Make sure you give us a like, a follow, and hit that bell so you get notifications when shows go on. That's the big thing I think we need to push, is because our reach is incredible, but our shows aren't doing as well as they should be. So make sure you click that bell so you get notifications when shows go live, and check out our schedule. It is up there. See if I can show it to you guys here real quick. I've been updating it with Mr. Tim Latore, who's my co-host on the bar. One of my co-hosts on the bar. See if I can show it to you guys here real quick. See what it looks like. We're going to change it up a little bit, but here we go. So there you go. You have the schedule right there.
Where?
Right up top.
I see
Sunday,
it.
High-tech shit.
VRS Boss, 2100 Eastern Standard Time. Monday, Summer Party, 2100 Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, Chester's Court, 2000 Eastern Standard Time. Season Crazy, which is a fun show. You guys need to check that out, 2100 Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, If You Drink, 2000 Eastern Standard Time. Walk the Line with Radio, one of my co-hosts on the bar at 2100 Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, The Stone Vet, 2000 Eastern Standard Time. Yes, I Am the Veteran with Brandy and Sweet Melissa at 2100 Eastern Standard Time. And Friday, TTR, Texas Revolution, 2000 Eastern Standard Time. I'll let you know when that becomes official, when they come back. Todd's struggling with his recovery, and that's fine. That slot is not going away. I don't care if Joe Rogan says, "Hey, I want to do a show on Friday at 2000." I'm like, no, fuck off. That's my boy slot. I would.
Right.
That's my boy slot. So
he's a good dude.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely. He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah. And as long as we're talking about TTR, if you haven't been checking out Shannon's new band page, Deliberately Broken is their band now. So I know they're on Instagram. You can follow them there. And I think they got some music out on Spotify. So, if you're looking up music on Spotify, or even if you look up on iTunes and see if there's anything you can buy.
Make sure you check out.
I should have done.
Make sure you check out Richie when they need to check you out, Richie.
I got a couple of things if you let me. Tuesday night at 6 o'clock Central Time to 8 o'clock Central Time, WO Radio show. Got a lot of good things going on there. I play comedy. We have a topic we talk about pimps, peps. I can't say it. Pimps, pets. There you go. Got that out. Bell's palsy sucks.
Fuck yeah, sure.
So we got that going on. But if you would go onto a Redneck Pimp Facebook page, and to the pin post, I got merch. I got a lot of my merch in there for sale. Go to check it out. If you want to buy a shirt, I got one that talks about mounting your mama. It's a joke I do. It's about mounting your mama, but it's a joke. It's funny as hell. I got shirts. I got Donald Trump stuff on there, flags, bracelets. Go check it out and see what you think about it. You want to buy something? Hit me up and we'll make it happen.
Right on.
You got a second page. I did not even know this. I'm looking it up right now.
I got a bunch of pages.
Well, I'm looking up the Redneck Pin page right now. So
yeah, you should have two guys, me and my brother, in orange shirts. That should be like one of the, or you have my logo, the skull with the cross rifles.
Sorry, I am communicating somebody right now. All right, so I guess it's kind of time for well, you don't have to do the final thoughts quite just yet, but what else is on your minds, guys? Anything sports wise, anything world wise, anything that's bothering you, anything that's
I seen the Klitschko brothers, Bartoli Klitschko.
Yeah.
They're part of the Ukraine army. They're part of the Ukraine army. So that's it.
There it is. There?
Yeah. Go to the pin post.
All right.
Go to the pin post. Look at the comments. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do, man? And what else are you gonna do?
Crack me up?
Oh, you can't. There's nothing you can't do.
It's
the
your country,
Pentagon
man.
came back out today and said, "I don't want any of our former military going over there. That's not going to help them."
You know what? They could go
We've
fuck
got
off.
20 years of veterans who are really good at breaking shit, killing people, and growing beards. And so just let them go. They're not saying not go, but I remember I saw the State Department warning, you risk serious injury or death or mistreatment. Yeah, it's a war. We get it. We're good. My wife already said no. I mean, what was I going to do there anyways? Just, transport bullets? Probably. But
tell jokes.
Ran every couple of days. Yeah, I wish I'd still want to go, but she says no. So that's it.
Yeah, but we all know that nobody wants to put boots on the ground over there. We know that. Okay.
No, so just let them volunteer. The Russians did it. The little green men. A lot of American soldiers who fought in Afghanistan and Iraq for years, multiple tours.
Yeah.
Just let them go.
But
especially the guys who fought in Fallujah and Tikrit. Those guys who are just absolutely bastards at urban warfare. Let them go.
I just can't understand why we are so afraid of Putin.
Because
we're not. Our president. Our president is.
Yeah,
he's got nuclear weapons. That's why.
So do we.
Trump just killed 90 mercenaries in the desert, and fucking Putin didn't do shit after that.
I know.
This president's
right.
like,
Richie and T are right. Yes, Biden is afraid, but
I don't want to provoke him.
I'm not going to call him man a coward. I'm not calling Brandon a coward. Here's the thing: the sword of Damocles is hanging over all of us, and that is a nuclear chain. And nobody wants to go there. And things happen so fast, so fucking fast in warfare. That the Russians just struck a target just miles outside of Polish territory. Look, the more you amp this up, the worse it's going to get. I don't have the answer to how to solve this. I don't. It's above my fucking pay grade. All I'm doing is
at the same time, didn't Iran just hit a fucking?
What I say in the bar last night? It's open season on the U.S. now.
You didn't see the State Department response to the Iran deal. They weren't shooting at our embassy. They were just shooting at something else over there.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
They landed right beside the damn embassy.
Isn't that what the State Department always does? Whether no matter what administration is, that's what they do.
Well, then the other thing, let's talk about the Iran a nuclear deal. We're not even in the bargaining room.
Yeah, I know.
Russia and China are in there negotiating with Iran. Yeah. We sit outside of the room and have Russia negotiate for us.
All right. I don't care who negotiates except the vice president. I don't want her negotiating shit.
Well, hold on.
Oh, God.
I think she gives a pretty good blowjob.
That's what Willie said. Yeah, according to Willie. Yeah.
Oh,
Did you see the shit show that was her press conference with the president of Poland?
Nice little black lingerie, some nice 6-inch heels. Not the stripper one. Stay classy, and then just go to fucking town. Just, choking on it. And just end this, all right? Come on. Do what you're good. Use your talent, sweetheart. Use your talent.
That's right.
Did you see that shit show, though, with the president of Poland with the comment?
I seen that shit.
That was a riot.
Oh,
goddamn.
A friend in need is a friend in need.
No, that was with Poland's vice president. That wasn't with the president.
Oh, wasn't?
The vice
Okay.
president.
Jesus Christ. What a fucking joke, though.
Doesn't it fucking matter? It was on the world fucking stage.
Yeah. One thing I gotta do is stop listening to, and I encourage people to do this. Really, check out Dan Carlin's Hardcore History on Spotify, wherever you can find podcasts. But I was listening to what his thing on. Basically, his podcasts are like 5 hours long plus, and he's talking about nuclear warfare and everything that's come up, and you just don't know. It's funny when you think about it. The people who drove this weapon to existence and created it are the ones who hated it the most. Like Oppenheimer, has a famous quote: "Behold, I've become death, destroyer of worlds." When that bomb went off, he's like, "Oh fuck, it worked." Yeah. Jesus Christ, what the fuck did I do? That's what's hanging over a lot of everybody's head. And I don't have an answer for anybody. Like, do I want to get tougher? Yes. Do I want a no-fly zone? No. Why? Because it'll lead to a direct conflict. Can we win that?
Will lead to,
yes.
Eventually
we can smoke the Russians. We can smoke them. It's a fucking joke. Just look how long
no-fly zone is the start of World War III.
But what if that fucker launches a tactical nuke? What if he launches one at fucking? I know it's shitty to go what if,
right,
as the strategy, but it's still a big sword hanging over your head, and if you don't think right, it's gonna cut your fucking head off.
It can.
Here's the deal. We're always looking about what Putin is gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, and we've seen what he's able to do. He's losing his ass, all right? And yet we're still worried about him.
Dude still got his finger on the button, though.
He's still got his finger on the button. And you know what? It's always going to be there.
Yeah,
here's when you're dealing with the bully.
Look, those sanctions you put on us, that's an act of war. Did he push the button? No. When you put those weapons over there, that's an act of war. Did he push the button? No. He just keeps threatening us, and we keep backing off.
Let me end this discussion with one last point. And you retort, Pot, if you want. Absolutely. But there was a story, I talked about this in a book I read about Putin, where he famously was in a very shitty apartment growing up in Russia. And whether it's true or not, I don't fucking know, but it's been sourced by multiple people. So he cornered a rat in his apartment. And it didn't end well for him. And he said he learned a valuable lesson about that never corner a rat. Now I'm thinking about that. I'm like, oh, shit, he knows that story. He feels like that. Okay, so what do we do if we put him into a place he cannot possibly get out of? What do we do?
You can't.
What does he do?
Put him in that place. You always give him an out.
Okay, so, all right.
Always plan a way for him to save face. You stop him in his track. You stop him from killing.
All right, real quick. Chris put this up here for me. So I was right. $700K a year, a 22.7% increase from last year, from 570,000. That's big. And then it scales.
Come on now. Those are athletes, and they've been starving for years.
I know. Well, some of them because they don't know how to take care of their money, but yeah, it scales up from 2022 all the way to 2026. Not much. It's a very, I guess, above inflation increase, but it is what it is. All right, let's do final thoughts. Redneck Pimp King, thank you for joining us as always. I think you might become a regular part of the show if you will. Certainly, VRS, we're going to talk about that later. But thank you for coming on and bringing your insight about the NFL. You are probably even amongst us the biggest NFL fan and guru among us. So I appreciate you being a part of the show. What do you got for us as far as final thoughts, man?
Well, I would say this. Yes, I'd love to be a part of this show here on a permanent basis. Count me in. We'll talk about VRS later on. You know, every time I'm on here, I say the same thing with you guys. You're not worthless. You have value. Everyone has value, okay? Whether you got a lot of money, you ain't got nothing in your pocket. Don't be the 22. Don't take that chance. Don't. Your family's going to miss you. Somebody's always going to miss you. Everybody loves you. Don't take the chance. Get a hold of somebody at VRS, at W Entertainment. We'll make you laugh. We'll make you cry. We'll sing for you. Whatever it takes to keep you stacking them days upon days upon days. All right? I love you guys. If you ever need me, I'm here. As I say in my native language, Dona Dagahoy. You know, that means until we meet again. I'm out.
Fucking ain't right, doggy. I love you, brother. All right, T, what you got? I know the guys in the comments are going at each other. It's hilarious. I love you so much.
The collective bargaining agreement here. Anyway, to piggy, but back off a redneck pig. Be there for each other. That's part of what we do here. We're trying to provide entertainment. Keep you out of your own head. If you need to talk to anybody, any of us will respond if you contact us with a problem. And then, support other veteran-run businesses, veteran artists that are out there. I always talk about a few musicians that I follow. We do our thing, but wherever you need to find help, find it.
There you go. All right, Pops.
I'm nominating Kamala to be in charge of the suicide program because you have to talk to Kamala before you commit suicide, and therefore you ain't gonna do it.
No,
anyway,
I gotta stick around.
I really hate that I gotta pick on our vice president, but doggone it, she really deserves it. It's terrible why we did what we did, but doggone it. Anyway, God, just really think things through. Don't let it. You know, it's really easy to get down on the United States or down on yourself just listening to the news because it's not always been too nice to us lately. But there's an awful lot of people that really care. And if you talk to somebody like that, you'll find a way to get through it. And that's it. We got to do it one day at a time.
Absolutely. My final thoughts are pretty much the same as always. Hey, look, I'll change them a little bit, though. It's getting warmer. It's going to get warmer. Get out there. Get on the outdoors. Go kayaking. Go hiking. Go do something. Don't call it rucking, and it'll actually be fun because you can go at your own pace.
Wait a minute. Is that a toilet plunger on the end?
Yes.
It is. It is.
You fucking redneck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm not surprised at all.
No, I'm not either. Hey, never take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Been there, done that. Got the members only jacket. I'm one of the only guys who ever shot an AK-47 through his apartment floor, out of his garage, and
just for the record, I've already taken and sent my email address to the poopster.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah,
look, there's plenty of places to go out there. I know it sucks. We're not built to ask for help. We're taught and built how to overcome obstacles, adapt and overcome, and just keep our nose to the grindstone and go forward. It's okay. We can ask for help. It's no big deal. It's not. And trust me, when you do it, and I've done it, I remember the first time I did it was the first time I went on a date after my wife had passed away. My second wife had passed away. And I had a fucking major freak out with a really pretty girl who is still a friend of mine to this day. But she decided friend zone me after the night because I had a fucking major meltdown. But I called Battle and Stress. I didn't call him. I fucking sent a text message and somebody called me. And I spent 2.5 hours on the phone with a veteran I never met, and by the end of it, we're laughing so hard, we're crying. It was fucking great. Just reach out. Screw checking out shit. We need you. I've said
That's
it before
right.
and say it again. The crazier things get, the more we need. And look, we've been at war for over 20 years. We need you guys, and girls, just in case shit just goes completely batshit crazy. Who's going to protect these people? Is it Kamala Harris? No, it's not. Is it going to be Nancy Pelosi? Stocks? No, it's not. It's going to be us. It's left up to us. Whether you're a pogue, you did 20 years of legal am on the fucking Coast Guard, you raise your right hand, you get weapon trained, you are a hell lot more dedicated, motivated, and capable than your average Joe Schmo accountant at fucking Johnson & Johnson. You just are. And we need you. So just stay strong, keep going. And look, the world's going to get better for you. I assure you, eventually. So other than that, have a good night. God bless.
Take care, everybody.